Greetings everyone, allow myself to introduce myself. My name's Jay Hall and welcome to the Bears Den number 10, double digits baby. This week we had some different stuff to say the least. Nintendo being, well, Nintendo, and sports and video games bleeding into each other a little bit more even. This year looks to be shaping up overall better than last year. You know, last year was kind of Nintendo looking down on PlayStation, PC, and then there was Xbox, you know, kicking rocks in last place. But this next year, they all seem to be looking to step it up a little bit, including the Big N. Except, I feel for you if you're trying to build a new PC. We'll get to that shortly. First up, news! For games, Nintendo announced Labo. Nintendo is literally selling you cardboard boxes. In all honesty, it looks pretty cool. Super cheap peripherals that come with the game included that's tied in to whatever the peripheral is made to be. It's said to be around like 60 to 70 bucks for the entire package, but the peripherals are super cheap to make, so it doesn't add much on top of the cost for the game. The possibilities actually are endless. You could do quite a few different things, and they demoed a few of these already. PlayStation is releasing Totaku figurines. These look extremely familiar to Amiibo, although they don't share the same function of the NFC, you know, near-field communications in-game integration. They're just for looks. And hey, no complaints here. I'm all for, you know, super cheap, highly detailed figures, and these are retailing for about $10. And again, if you couldn't tell, I like my Amiibo. Fortnite got some added locations, mostly adding variety to the western side of the map and diversifying what they call the biomes. So they said the mountains are more mountainy, the desert is more deserty. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Fortnite is greater than PUBG. Overwatch League had about 10 million viewers for its first week, which is quite impressive for esports. They're also releasing new cosmetics for the base game. This includes sprays, emotes, epic and legendary skins, which all look incredible, and Blizzard World. This is all coming tomorrow, so get hyped! We Happy Few is delayed until later in this summer. I did get to play a little bit of this game for free, and let's just say I'm super excited for this game to come out. You know, take the time you need. A delayed game is eventually good. Well, maybe not all the time, but sometimes. But a rush game is forever bad. You can also now sign up for the closed alpha of Hunt Showdown by Developer Crisis. It starts on January 31st, but you're not guaranteed to get in if you do sign up. I'm sure they'll have a lot of keys available, but just to be safe, I signed up with like all 5 of my emails. The new God of War has a collector's edition called the Stonemasons edition, available to pre-order now, and this is one I might actually do. That statue is pretty sick, and I'm super excited for that game. And a new Xbox One Elite controller looks to be in the works. It has added functionality of, you know, USB-C, hair trigger adjustability. The paddles are different in the back. A whole bunch of improvements overall. And the case even will charge it now is what they're saying. This is all a rumor at this point, but if it all does come true, I would recommend picking it up. I have the original Elite right here. And let me tell you, it is well worth the money. This is the best controller out there, in my opinion. I just use it for PC gaming, but if you're an Xbox gamer, oh my god, it is incredible. As far as movies, we got an official plot synopsis of Solo, a Star Wars story. I will not spoil anything at all here, but if you would like to read it, I do have the link for it down below. It is very short, doesn't reveal a whole bunch, but if you're trying to go in completely spoiler-free, don't read it. And speaking of Star Wars, The Last Jedi actually has special screenings in Japan where you can choose a light side or a dark side. So what it does is it basically alters the special effects and the ambiance of the actual theater to correlate to whatever side you pick. This is not available anywhere else outside of Japan, but hopefully America gets stuff like this, because I mean, my theaters don't even have like the beer or full meals or reclining seats yet. Give us a reason to go to the theater and spend, you know, $20 or whatever it is for a ticket and popcorn nowadays. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be coming in 2020, according to a tweet by the director James Gunn. I am so glad Marvel actually gave this series a shot, because it has breathed a ton of life into it, and it is actually my favorite series of all of them. Whoever said walking trees and talking raccoons could not put butts in seats? Actually, I'm sure a lot of people said that, but they were all wrong. Fantastic Beasts will be set in a different city for each movie. The upcoming one, The Crimes of Grindelwald, is said to be set in Paris, and the third film already has a confirmed location, but the only people that know about that are like J.K. Rowling and the director, like only the need-to-know people so far. Super Troopers 2 released a full trailer. It's coming out on 4/20. I see what you did there. Tomb Raider also got a new trailer, and I'm most excited to just see Alicia Vikander in the role. She's a great actress, and I think she'll do really well, and hopefully she's the saving grace for the film, because other than that, I don't have much high hopes. Not much for TV, except for Castlevania did get renewed for a second season on Netflix. I have yet to watch the first one, but it is on my backlog, so maybe I'll get to it in a year or so, I don't know. A few bits of random news. The Doc is returning to Twitch on February 5th. I won't go into details on why he had a brief hiatus of about 2 months or so, just to bring a reminder that streamers need breaks too, and they do have lives that they need to maintain to have a healthy life overall. Paul George is bringing together PlayStation and Nike to release some basketball shoes. These are the real deal, like actual basketball shoes you can wear on the court, not just during your NBA 2K sessions. They light up and even have like a code for a Paul George dynamic theme for your PlayStation 4 on the tennis shoe. I might actually have to pick myself up some of these. I've been a PlayStation fan since the beginning. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them, even PSP, but sadly not PS Vita, because let's be honest, that platform sucks. And finally, about building that new PC. Nvidia is begging retailers to only sell the gamers and not at inflated prices. If you haven't heard, graphics cards are going for insane amounts, like 2 to 3 times their normal retail price. Luckily, I dodged a bullet on all this, and I was able to sell my old graphics card for a decent profit and upgrade to a better graphics card before it got its price hiked. So I have a build that'll last me, 2 years. I also got lucky on my RAM as well. You can get lucky by buying directly from the manufacturers like Nvidia and EVGA, for example, which is what my card is, but it's really hard to do, and you might have to sign up for like their exclusive club or whatever they need to do to actually get your info and know that you're not purchasing multiple of these. Look into laptops if you're going into PC gaming. Plus you get a new laptop out of the deal, so it's a win-win. I mean, they're a little bit more expensive, but they're actually not that bad. You can get a decent one for, $600-700. As for releases this week, Tuesday the 23rd, that's tomorrow, Lost Sphere is getting a release. It's a JRPG that's a spiritual successor for I Am Setsuna. It's coming for Switch, PS4, and PC. And also the Inpatient, a psychological horror VR thing, is coming out for PSVR. I still don't have a VR headset, but I feel like horror is always going to be the best use for it. On Friday the 26th, we have several things coming out. We have Monster Hunter World coming out for PS4 and Xbone. No PC release date yet. That'll be coming on later in the year. They've said this is because their first PC game and they want to get it right. So, I mean, I kind of applaud that, although I wish it would come out at the same time. They're also releasing a Monster Hunter World PS4 Pro bundle, which looks awesome. It's like the best PS4 special edition since the Taken King edition, which is what I have. Dragon Ball FighterZ Z is coming out for PS4, Xbone, and PC. In theaters, Maze Runner: The Death Cure is coming out. Early reviews are saying this is worse than the previous two, and I hated the previous two, so I will not be seeing this one. And Limited Run Games has a couple games coming out on Friday as well. Skyforce Anniversary and Croiler Sigma, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, for PS4 and Vita. As for me this week, I apologize profusely for being MIA. I was in a bit of a funk last week, weaning myself off of the pain medication and muscle relaxers for my back, so it was really weird. I just did not feel right. I did spend the time going back, reviewing, some of my older streams, seeing what I can improve on, videos and stuff of the like, but I promise, this week I will be regular. I even drank my prune juice. Tuesday and Wednesday will be strictly Overwatch, checking out the new Blizzard World map and all the new cosmetics. Gonna be grinding for a lot of those. Probably use a couple credits to buy my favorites right away. Thursday, we're gonna be doing Telltale Walking Dead. On Friday, something a little bit different. Went the Witcher card game. I love this card game, and they had a little bit of a rough patch recently, but the devs are righting the ship, and that's all I can ask for them. They're doing a great job, and it is not pay to win, so yay. Saturday is going to be some Fortnite, checking out those new locations, and on Sunday, Alien Isolation. I promise this time. And finally, for some shit I got this week. Not a whole bunch, but as you can see, I got Blade Runner 2049 Steelbook 4K edition, and I know people weren't a fan of this film. I still liked it a whole bunch. Like, it was honestly one of my top 3 films of last year. And that, it goes to show you, even if a lot of people don't like the film, here mainly basically everyone didn't like the film, it hardly made any money, but still, This movie was incredible. The cinematography and visuals alone, for me, made it worth it. I like Blade Runner. Deal with it. As always, links for all the stories and releases can be found down below. These are coming from the direct source, or if that's not available, the closest thing to it, because I always believe that is the best way to get your info. With that said, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Next Monday, same time, I'll catch you on the flip side.